What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet. And I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, something very interesting happened over the last weekend where there was a football game in Nashville, Tennessee between Vanderbilt and Alabama. And Vanderbilt actually got a win for a change. It's usually the other way around where the Alabama team comes to Nashville and just kind of runs roughshod over them. But Vanderbilt was able to pull off an upset. Now, that wasn't the exciting part of the news that I wanted to talk about. The crazy thing that I wanted to talk about is how the white kids reacted after this quote unquote historical win. And it was the fact that after the win, the white kids ran down to the field, tore up and tore down the goalpost from the game, from the football game, and literally carried it down Broadway and all the way down Broadway and threw it into the Cumberland River, right? So, if you see the footage of it, it almost kind of looked like a riot or whatever, And I made the point to bring up that it seems like it's okay to destroy private property when your favorite team wins a game, and of course you have to be white as well, and it's not categorized as a riot or destroying property or disturbing the peace when it's white kids doing it. And there were police there. There's plenty of police there. There's always police, especially at the edge of Broadway. There's always lots of police there because they have to, babysit a lot of the knuckleheads out there, a lot of knucklehead white people or tourists or college kids who like to go to Broadway and get drunk and, cause trouble, get into fights or whatever, right? So there are plenty of police there. There's even police helicopter footage of them carrying this goalpost down the street. Now, if you've never been to Nashville, it's kind of hard to describe, but I mean, it's a straight line from Broadway all the way to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is like right there on the edge of where Broadway and West End change into 21st Street, I think it is. And like I said, it's right there. So it's easy it's a far walk, but you can make that walk. And that's what these fools did. They tore down the goalpost and they all held it up and walked all the way down Broadway. And like I said, at the end of Broadway on First and Broadway is the Cumberland River. So they just threw it in the river, right? And like I said, the police sat there and watched it. The police actually helped cordon off certain streets so that they could do it, so that they could march down the street. The police weren't in riot gear. They didn't get their pepper spray. There were safety concerns because I'm sure, this many people marching down the street, someone's going to get trampled. And there are people that were there that didn't know anything about a football game that just happened to be there when this happened. So, it's always very interesting to me how both the media and how society reacts when white people wild out like this. You know what I mean? Like it's never looked at as criminal behavior. Like even when black people are having a good time and they're not doing anything destructive, it's always seen as something bad. You didn't see any videos where people were talking about, you had a lot of, these knucklehead YouTube goofies talking about black culture being bad. Like if black people had done this, we would have had like 20 million videos by now talking about the derelict black culture if black people had done this. Like had this been TSU or Fisk, had they had done this, it'd have been all over the news as something bad, right? But when some white kids do it and white people participate in this type of behavior, this mayonnaise monkey type behavior, it's not seen as anything bad. It's not seen as a riot. Even with going back to what happened on January 6th, till this day, these people are in denial that that was even a riot, even though we could literally see the footage of people climbing up the Capitol building, acting like apes, and actually throwing feces within the Capitol and acting a damn fool, tearing down things, taking property, threatening to kill politicians. We can all see this on the news. We all watched it. But to this day, you'll have these ignoramuses and even some dumb Negroes defending these people, saying that that wasn't a riot at all, right? And nothing bad happened. These people were acting nice and orderly, even though they were breaking through windows and having to get confronted by the Capitol Police Force. But you see, like I said, there's always two different sides to everything, and there's always two different stories portrayed when it comes to how the media likes to react to these things. And, you know, as someone who lives in this area, I see it all the time. I see how the difference is how the cops treat people. Like I told you one time, like I got harassed by some police because I was parked at the curb and someone had called my phone. So I kind of was just like answering my phone and I was getting ready to turn it off. And the cop said, "You can't be talking on the phone and driving at the same time. That's illegal." I was like, "I'm hanging up the phone, dude. It's no big deal." Right. But, you know, they make big deals about nonsense. But, you know, you can tear down a goalpost, tear down public property and carry it down the street. And you got people hanging off the damn thing and cheering and taking their clothes off and whatnot. That's okay, apparently. The cops will make room for them to do that, right? They'll make block off streets so these people can march down the street to throw this private property into the river. And now it's even being auctioned, apparently. You know, it's like there's no idea or no thought of punishing anybody for this. But, you know, like I said, well, black people, you can't walk downtown and stand in a spot too long. But I see white people all the time in downtown Nashville walking around, acting a fool, getting drunk, walking around with their rifles. Like you had like those gun right idiots walking around with M16s and AR-15s and wearing their little Yankee Doodle hats and their little Davy Crockett hats and whatnot, and no one bothers them. But like I said, if a black person's downtown or a black person's walking around some of these areas, they'll get harassed or told that, you know, you got to get out of here or we're going to throw you in jail. White people can act a damn fool and no one portrays it as something bad. So, I mean, you folks can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. Let me know if anyone even lives in the Tennessee area or maybe in Nashville who saw this, and let me know what you thought of it, or if you saw it on the news, tell me what you thought of it. So anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on a devil's back.